Today I'm going to talk about my favorite game mechanism in Escape Room in a Box. Now, I'm a little under the weather today. I was going to do a video, but I've waited about 2 months to do this video. 2 months ago I played Escape Room in a Box, had a wonderful time with it, and I reached out to the designers to ask what I could really talk about in the video, because it's so full of secrets and surprises and discovery. And in talking to the designers, I learned that I have the first edition of the box of the game. This is the Kickstarter version. And I learned that they are releasing a newer version through a big game company. And I think it comes out in stores today or yesterday. And so I wanted to wait out of respect for these designers to talk about this until you could buy it if you wanted to buy it. And I also wanted to make sure I didn't spoil anything big. And so I'm going to talk about a few different things about this game, but the overarching idea is if you are a designer that is looking to design experiential games, particularly games that maybe you can only experience once and that have an element of discovery in them, I would highly recommend playing this game. In ways well beyond what I can describe in this video, this game has so many moments of discovery and secrets and surprises that many of which you can really only do once. You can kind of reset this game, but it's not really necessary to do that. I think there's a lot you can learn from this. But a few things that I wanted to highlight. I'll start with some non-spoiler things, and I'll delineate the spoilers. The first is we opened up this game one game night when I think we had like 6 or 7 people, and we were looking for a cooperative game because I knew a few of the people, they were new to my gaming group. They like cooperative games, but we didn't have a cooperative game of that size to play at the time. I didn't have Summit yet, which plays 6 players. And so I pulled this off the shelf, and I was like, well, maybe we can play this. Like maybe, like I haven't learned the rules. It was in shrink wrap. I didn't know how to play the game, but I thought maybe it would be okay. And it was, because like in real life escape rooms, you don't have to read a bunch of rules in advance. You just show up, and maybe you get a few instructions, and then you just go. And that was the same in this game. There really isn't a rule book. There's a short sheet of paper that you read before you start. It's mainly thematic. It tells you a few things to do or not to do. Like it tells you not to tear up things, or because it is meant to be a reusable game. Very easy instructions. We just sat down and played, and that was wonderful. So I really like that about the game, and it was a reminder to me. I played this well after I designed Charterstone, which is kind of focused on making that first play really, really easy. But I even learned more by playing this game and seeing how easy they made it to start playing the game. One thing that I just liked about the game, this isn't a mechanism really, but because there are so many puzzles in the game, some of which are interconnected, some of which are just standalone puzzles, that we had enough stuff to divide and conquer, which led to all of us having our own moment of cleverness. So I really, really liked this in the cooperative game. And part of it was due to the time pressure. We had an hour to figure this out, and so we weren't able to like focus on one thing as a group at a time, which could have led to alpha players or quarterbacking or people feeling left out. We did this divide and conquer thing because of the sheer number of puzzles in the box, which made us all have our moment of cleverness. And I really, really like that in a cooperative game where there's enough to focus on, whether it's your own player powers or puzzles like in this game, that everyone has that moment where they stand out and figure out their own thing. Now I'm going to talk about, I'll do 1 or 2 spoiler things, just because I think they were so brilliant. So if you want to stop watching now, if this is a game that you're going to buy or play, don't watch the rest of this video. Although I'm not even sure if these things are in the new version that was released, so you might be safe. But there's a moment of true surprise in this game that we did not see, where we opened up something, and you know, like those prank snakes that you can give people. That it's not really a snake, but it's like an accordion that like pops out of a can. That is in this game. So we had a real moment of surprise and shock, maybe a little bit of fear, when that happened. Just because I've never seen that in a game before. We were truly surprised by it. The other thing, and this was really clever, We knew we were going to have to use water at some point in the game, but we didn't know how. I think the original instructions said you might need some water. And at one point we found these little capsules. And the game also says, if you find anything, don't consume anything in this game. Which I'm glad they said that, because there are these little capsules that look like pills. But really, they are dissolvable capsules that contain a sponge that turns into a certain shape. You may have had these as a kid. I haven't seen these in years. But there's a puzzle in the game where you're going to have to figure out, okay, I'll put this thing in water, and it relates to another puzzle. The resulting shape, the thing that the sponge becomes, connects to another puzzle in the game, which I thought was really, really clever to see that. I'd never seen that use of water or sponges or capsules in a game before. Anyway, there's a lot more I could say, but I really don't want to spoil it, and it's been a couple months, so I don't even remember everything, and I told the designers I wouldn't spoil all these things. So it's one of those games where I played it having spent almost 2 years of my life designing a game, a legacy game that has permanent changes, has those moments of discovery and surprise. And after I played this, I was like, wow, I almost wish I had played this first, just because there were some wonderful moments of surprise and discovery in this game that I really admire, that I respect, and that I learned from as a designer. So those are my thoughts on Escape Room in a Box. I hope you get the chance to play it. If you do talk about it in the comments, feel free to use, or please use, the spoiler tag so we can not spoil things for people. And yeah, I'll be back on Friday this week. I do videos every Tuesday, Friday, so feel free to subscribe if you like this video. And I'm going to do another Escape Room video later this week. I told the designers of this game that when I played it, it was the best Escape Room I had played, either in real life or Escape Room in a Box style games. But I did play, I experienced an Escape Room a couple days ago that has overcome this game on my list. As wonderful as this game is, it's still in a box, and this Escape Room experience was a full-fledged Escape Room experience that I really, really loved. So I'll talk about that on Friday. Thanks.